Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. In today's story, OP's wife got disowned by her entire family after she had the nerve to show up to the hospital her grandfather was at with her affair partner. Now the wife's life is a complete wreck, and she's stuck with her affair partner who is a deadbeat and has a crappy life. Let's get into today's story. Wife cheated on me and we are divorcing. Hurt and confused. I'll start by saying that at this point, I know my only option here is to go through with the divorce and leave my soon-to-be ex-wife, for reasons which will be very clear, but I'm still reeling from the pain she put me through and am very lost at the moment. Some backstory. I met my soon-to-be ex-wife when I was 17 and she was 16. We started dating in early 2016 and hit it off. From there, we quickly escalated into seeing each other all the time and working together. Eventually, I moved in with her family and stayed with them for a good 2 years. During this time, I fell in love with my soon-to-be ex-wife. She came off as confident, feisty, and caring. It always felt like she had always done whatever it took to make her family and me happy. Just as well, I became very close with her family and know her sisters, mother, and grandmother very well as a few of her cousins and uncles. Of course, living together at a young age probably wasn't the best decision, and we did fight. A lot of it had to do with the fact that I was living with her family, but of course working for $10 an hour, part-time, is no way to move out or even get a vehicle. Of course, I tried my best to keep her happy, going as far as to keep changing jobs and pulling out loans, but it would always be something between us. We did love each other, I know that, but she would be constantly upset that we still lived with the family. Eventually, we split up in 2018 and didn't see each other for about 8 months. She took it very hard at first, but I was adamant that we had a toxic relationship and needed a break. During this time, she dated other men and worked on her career. As for me, I enrolled in college, where I am about to earn my associates, and I'm taking work seriously and have now landed my dream job as of last week as a result of this. I want to make this clear because I feel we both bettered ourselves and became more mature people during our time apart, and is one of the reasons why I wanted to try with her again. Another thing to remember is that during all of this, her family as well as mine still continue to hope we would work things out. Yes, even as she dated other people, which we thankfully did. We reconciled and got an apartment together and eventually got married in December of 2019. I was so happy I cried in front of all of our family, and even now thinking about it makes me want to cry. At first, things were great. Sex was amazing, we communicated fairly well and continued to pursue our individual careers. However, it was after we both got new jobs that our relationship changed. Back in July of this year, I got a job as a correctional officer at a detainment center near where I live. It was hard. My anxiety was off the charts and I had regular panic attacks daily. My soon-to-be ex-wife, on the other hand, had just been in a car accident with her brand new truck where it was totaled and was, of course, hurt by it. Needless to say, we had trouble. Her seemingly normal caring attitude became one of bitterness and anger. When I would talk to her about my anxiety, she would tell me things like, "You need to get over it," or "You're a grown man, stop crying," or "You're being a beep." Things like that, and it was very hurtful. I tried to be available to her as well, but working constant 12-hour shifts and overtime made that hard. And yes, we fought. Never violent, but we would talk for hours about the same things over and over. Despite this, I still felt my soon-to-be ex-wife loved me and was just going through a lot. I eventually did conquer my anxiety and moved on, and now work my dream job in IT. However, my soon-to-be ex-wife started getting closer to another coworker to cope. At least that's what I assume. At first it was innocent enough, just working together, texting, the occasional call, and it never bothered me. Then she escalated things and started seeing him every day after work for breakfast. She works nights, and seeing him constantly. She would ask me not to talk when she was on the phone with him because then he wouldn't talk, as she said. I didn't like it, but I trusted my wife nonetheless. Eventually, I confronted her about the relationship, to which she said they were just friends. However, she would not text me, ignored my calls, and sometimes would stay the night without letting me know. This all came to a head when she stayed all day and night with him and didn't come home or communicate at all. She admitted that she didn't see my calls the next morning, but only after pushing did some other details come out. From what I understand, she not only ignored my calls, but got drunk with him as well as other people who were there. She apparently tried to walk out naked, to which he supposedly pulled her by the arm violently and told her, "Don't be an effing stupid, what are you doing?" Supposedly, she didn't see my calls because he put her phone on silent, to which he denies doing. She still claims till this day that they didn't sleep together, but of course, I don't believe it. I tried for about 2 days to ask her to be honest with me and cut off contact with this man, but she refused, almost crying when I asked her to, and saying he'd be hurt by that. I felt hurt and was angry that she could just leave me behind so easily, so I left and stayed at my parents' for a week. She did text me constantly asking for me to come home, but I kept telling her to cut contact with him, to which she didn't. She even tried faking it, but still contacted him. I know this because I paid her phone bill and would see his number on there constantly. I eventually did come back to her under the pretense we would work something out, but that's where things went downhill. In that 1 week I was gone, she got a brand new truck with him, pulled out a $10,000 loan with him, and even opened a utility bill for him under her name. In addition, he was at our apartment constantly, and she stayed with him constantly. I was hurt, but, and I regret this very much, still tried to work things out. That was perhaps the hardest week of my life. My soon-to-be ex-wife, someone who I had loved and been with for years, told me she doesn't love me and never loved me. Said me asking her to be with me was pathetic and that I disgusted her. I was broken. I wanted to end my life. I called her mom, her husband cheated on her, and asked for advice. I know this was wrong, but I had no one to turn to and felt more alone than I had ever been. Eventually, I permanently moved back in with my parents and told her I was leaving for good. Suddenly, her attitude changed, and she said she wanted me back and didn't want to lose me. I was happy and regretfully talked to her. This lasted only for one night. Again, I tried to ask her why she felt the need to cheat instead of talking to me about it, but she got angry, saying I needed to let it go and move on already. Keep in mind, it had only been 1 day since she admitted to cheating. It's not perfect, and I feel anyone else in my situation would have wanted honesty and closure too. Her family agrees on this as well and has tried talking to her to only be told the same things. This on-off relationship we had continued for a week, with her just constantly saying, "I don't know what I want." She blamed me for the cheating, saying it was because I left and she had no choice, to which I called BS. The last time I spoke with her was Sunday, October 24th, and it did not go well. Her grandfather is currently in the hospital and I went to support the family. She showed up in the truck with this man and her entire family was upset. Me, her sister, and her sister's boyfriend sat and talked with my soon-to-be ex-wife and this man, and he blew us off and treated it like a joke. Saying things just happened and that's why he is with my soon-to-be ex-wife, saying he knows we don't like him, yet constantly disrespecting us. My soon-to-be ex-wife, meanwhile, barely said a word and let him mock us and lie to us. Eventually, her sister, who wanted me to keep trying to talk to my soon-to-be ex-wife, told me she wasn't worth it and disowned her right in front of me. My soon-to-be ex-wife now blames me for this, saying it's my fault her family doesn't like her anymore and that they'll never accept this guy because of me. And that was that. I stayed with the family for a while, and they all told me they loved me and felt sorry for me and didn't understand how she could do this, but that they supported me no matter what. Now for the kicker. So a little info about this guy. He is 39 years old. Yeah, that's right. From what I can understand, he is manipulative, abusive, and doesn't like for her to see me or her family. I have not seen him hurt her, but I have heard him over the phone cuss at her and tell her inappropriate things. When me or her family do get in contact with her, he will purposely be loud over the phone, chime in with nonsense, and constantly talk over her. Very childish things. She had admitted that he purposely eggs me on in the hopes that I will do something so he can get me arrested. This man also has a daughter my soon-to-be ex-wife's age and still finds it okay. Needless to say, he's no good. Throughout all of this, I have experienced a roller coaster of emotions. I feel inadequate a lot, hurt, scared, and angry. I don't understand why my soon-to-be ex-wife cheated on me and why with someone who abuses her. Yet, I still feel like I want her and want to help her. I know that's a fantasy now, but I can't help it. I'm also afraid of if maybe she's right. What do you guys think? Am I wrong for being hurt by her cheating? Do I manipulate her family by going to them for support? Is this all my fault like my wife says? I just don't know. TLDR, soon-to-be ex-wife cheated with a 39-year-old man and blames me and says I manipulated her family into hating her. Did he do something wrong? Edit. Wife, soon-to-be ex-wife, past tense. Update. I have filed for divorce paperwork and it has been accepted by the court. I am making arrangements to have the papers served while she is at work. Some people are asking and wondering about assets, my legal responsibility with what she's got going on with her affair partner. We have nothing together. Nothing. Our banks, vehicles, anything of significant value is separate, so there should be no need or risk of me losing anything. Additionally, the things she's co-signing with her affair partner do not have my name listed or otherwise mentioned at all, so I have no legal standing there either. As for the phone bill, it's under my name. I simply cut her line. I have contacted her family and let them know I am taking a step back from them for now, which they agree is the best solution. As of right now, I'm seeing all of this with a much clearer head, and I'm happier even now without her. Being with my family again is great as well. They're incredibly happy to have me at the house again, and I'm happy to have positive company around for change. Once all the paperwork is served and ready, I simply need to wait out the waiting period and can finalize everything. Thank you all so much for the advice. It's been a wild ride, but I know things can only get better from here. Wow, what a great story. I'm happy for you, OP, that you were able to get out of that absolute train wreck of a situation with your life. The fact that she had the nerve to bring her affair partner to the hospital her grandfather was at is absolutely disturbing and shows that cheaters are willing to do whatever it takes to have what they want. Karma has served you much justice here that after that happened, you didn't need to do anything else other than serve her with divorce papers. Not only did you see her true colors, but her family also did too. Since you have nothing else tied to her financially, I would recommend you move on and cut ties. Her life is a wreck, and her consequences are now something she will have to live with for the rest of her life. She has completely destroyed her relationship with you and her family for the sake of her affair partner. Now let's see what some of the commenters had to say. Terser78 starts us off. There's a lot going on here, so let me be blunt. This marriage and relationship is dead. Nothing you say or do will get it back. The woman you fell in love with no longer exists. The sooner you cut her off and move on from everyone, the sooner you can find happiness. This means even dropping her family. Your ex has serious mental health issues and is now stuck in an abusive relationship, but so are you. You can't help her, and she most definitely isn't interested in helping you. So, cut all ties and move on to healthier and happier endeavors. There is no more happiness here for you. Grieve the loss of the woman you knew and focus on much healthier relationships, and even let her family go, as hard as it is, because you need to move on to happier times, and they help trigger the sadness. Non-Organic has a comment too. Listen to me. It is over. If you care about yourself at all, you have to accept that. Move on. That includes from her family. You have to completely detach. Even if this guy were to dump your wife and she came crawling back to you, there'll be another him eventually. Your wife is a mess, and she can't respect you because she treats you horribly, yet you stick around like a puppy waiting to be kicked. I know I'm being harsh, but you may need it. You are 22 years old. You had no business getting married that young anyway. Go no contact with your wife and no contact with her family. File for divorce and live the next 50 plus years free of this loon. Thanks for taking the time to listen to today's story. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as comment on what your thoughts are about today's story. I hope you have a great rest of your day or evening. Take care.